right, Christian Favalor here, Kieran and Jay Bilas with us here in Stillwater. We're talking about non-conference scheduling in Division I college basketball and the role that it plays, especially for two teams who have tournament hopes and implications at the end of the season.
Well, both teams will be in the NCAA tournament, and I think that puts you in a little bit better position to be able to do some things that will challenge you. When you're striving to make the tournament, that's when it can be a little bit more difficult. And it's always hard. You have to have a certain amount of home games, and now that all these conferences are playing 18-game schedules in their conferences, that may not be true of the Big 12. I don't even know anymore. The Big 12's got 10 teams now, but it makes it challenging and more difficult.
So with the season moved up a little earlier, basketball season, still a lot of football going on. That hasn't been decided yet. Is it rare for a game like this that has this much impact to come this early in the season?
It's unusual. We just had that Champions Classic where they had Michigan State, Kentucky, and Duke and Kansas play. And then they'll start having around Thanksgiving. That's when the tournaments will be, so you get a lot of really good games. So having it before that is a little bit unusual, but I think that's going to become more the norm as we go forward and have bigger games earlier as the season moves up. And the teams have been allowed to practice for quite a while now. And I think that's really helped the level of play to this point.
We kind of talked about my next question with the Champions Classic. We had Michigan State, Kentucky. We had Duke, Kansas, and we have this game coming up tomorrow. You believe it's going to be a trend going forward because teams are starting to realize like the pros outweigh the cons a little bit?
Oh yeah, and I think most coaches want to challenge their teams. The only thing that is a problem is if you have a really young team, you don't want to beat them up too badly, and you want your team to get some confidence and to learn while winning. But at the same time, you don't want them to where you're not challenged at all. And when you have 351 Division I teams, you can find some teams that you can play really poorly against and still win. But in the middle and to the top, you're going to be challenged. And there's no question that when Oklahoma State and Memphis play, that's a challenge for both teams. It's probably more of a challenge for Memphis because they've not beaten a team like this on the road since Josh Pastner's been there. Josh is a really good coach, but getting your first one's tough, and certainly in this environment, for people who haven't been here, you guys have been here a lot, it's not easy to win here under any circumstance.
Now, we can't talk about Oklahoma State basketball without talking about Marcus Smart. So, were you surprised that you decided to come back and play in college another year, and what can you do to make that decision worthwhile?
Well, I don't think he has to do anything to make it worth. It's worthwhile because he thinks it is. Now, whether Marcus goes 5th in the draft or went first last year, second last year, that doesn't matter. He's going to be an NBA player for a long time. He's going to be around the game for a long time as a player and whatever else he wants to do. I thought it was great that he did what he wanted and he went against the grain a little bit. Now, selfishly, am I glad he's back because I want to watch him more here? Yes. Do I think he's a better person for having come back? No, I don't think that's fair. If he had gone, he'd be just as good a guy, and still have the same values and all that. He's a terrific person, terrific player, and it's pretty rare, Kieran. I've never heard so many plaudits go to a player that's still alive. I mean, he's gotten so many plaudits from so many coaches. I think it speaks really well of him. But I'll tell you what, he's got some teammates. I got a chance to watch Markel Brown up close at the Nike Skills Academy this summer. He was phenomenal. And I've been really impressed with LeBron Nash, what he's come through here and what he's accomplished and how he's sacrificed. And I think when Marcus is getting all the attention, and rightfully so, there are some other guys that have done some really good things here that if Marcus weren't here, they'd be getting a lot more credit.
Well, that was Jay Bilas again. We're getting ready for a big matchup, Oklahoma State versus Memphis, here at Gallagher-Iba Arena, 7 p.m. Tuesday night. Thanks for watching.